I was taken out of time for another reason. And I have every intention of finding out what it is.
Welcome everyone, this is Masters Joke, also Masters Joke 75 on Instagram. So Collectormania at Centre MK, Milton Keynes, it's coming up. Friday the 30th of May, so it's the May bank holiday. So I'm well up for it because it's one of my favourite Comic Cons. It's only small. I used to go when you had to, when they had it big back at the NEC in Birmingham. But I love it. I mean, it's run by Showmasters. I think it's a good day out. I went twice last year. This year they're only doing it once, but it's over 3 days. It's free to get in, and you get some decent guests. You know, you got Diana Troy from Star Trek. She's a Spurs fan, but let's not hold that against her. 30 quid for an autograph. She was brilliant in Picard. I thought Picard was a really, really good series. I enjoyed all of it. A lot of it didn't make any sense, but that last series, Marina Sirtis, I thought it was great. I'd love to see a bit more Picard. It was great to see the Enterprise back. So yeah, I mean, I think these are good guests and not bad prices. I've always loved going to Collectormania, and there are a few guests that I wouldn't mind getting some things signed. So Millie Gibson, Ruby Sunday, I've still got an action figure that the wife got me for Christmas. And I was thinking, you know, and this Ruby's there on the Saturday. I was thinking, I don't know, I wouldn't mind getting my Doctor Who figure signed because I've got no action figures signed whatsoever. I was going to get Ralph Brown to sign my Star Wars figure at the last Collectormania, and I left it by the front door. 45 quid for Ruby or Millie Gibson to sign your character options action figure, or £45 for a photo shoot. It's all professional there. I don't think I'd be fussed with a photo shoot, but I really rate Ruby. I thought Millie Gibson was great in Doctor Who. She was one of the highlights. I still like Shooty, but you know, I've said what I've said about the series. I've got no interest in Series 2. It looks like a load of rubbish. I've got to be honest. It just doesn't interest me. But I do like the actors. I do like the characters. And here is Francesca. And she obviously was in a lower low. But I wouldn't mind seeing her because I've got to be honest. I think she was better than Vicky Michelle in a lower low. A lower low was all right. I did like it, but Francesca was Biggles' girlfriend in Biggles' Adventures in Time, and that is one of my favourite movies of all time. I love that movie. I remember when the first I heard about it was when it was on Blue Peter. I saw behind the scenes. And I just loved that movie, and it was all filmed around, well, a lot of it was filmed around where I live. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting maybe my Biggles book or DVD signed. £15, let your eyes be your guide. I've not seen her since she was in Biggles. I've not seen her in anything else. Apparently, I'm sure I'm not making this up, but Francesca and Vicky Michelle, they dress up as French maids for their photo shoot. So if you're into that, go for it. This is it Susan Twist from Doctor Who? Again, that Sutek, or was it Susan Triad? Susan Triad, I'm reading it now. Susan Triad. Didn't make any sense. It was such a letdown. It was so disappointing. She's quite a good actress. I used to watch her in Brookside. I can't remember what her name was, but she got addicted to scratch cards. Brookside was a classic show. I used to love Brookside. I'd love them to bring it back, and I'd like to say I'd watch it, but I just don't get time. I used to love Coronation Street as well, but I just don't get time to watch it. Although it was good to watch Coronation Street at Emmerdale Farm at Christmas because the in-laws were around and they love it. And it's always good to catch up on the old soaps at Christmas. It's like you've never been away. But, you know, Susan Twist is her real name. And, if you want an autograph, go for it. But don't really interest me. Lenny, lovely little fella. I think he was one of the highlights in Doctor Who. I think he's a great actor. I didn't realise he was only like 15. But £25 to get his autograph, £25 for a photo shoot. I'm sure he'll be in season 2 of Doctor Who with Unit. Or do you know what? I've sort of given up. I don't really watch the Doctor Who news anymore. And there's a lot of Doctor Who magazine I don't even bother reading. Are they making a Unit spin-off? I can't remember. There's a Sea Devil spin-off. Well, I'm sure Lenny Rush will appear in that because he is really good. He is really good. You can't fault him. Really good. I don't really know Highlander. I've never seen it, and I mean this Christopher, I've never watched anything that he's been in. Obviously, I'm aware of him. I know he's a famous actor, but I've never seen anything that he's in. I think there was a Highlander TV show. I saw a bit of that. Wasn't Sean Connery in the movie with him? £40 for a photo shoot and £40 for an autograph. But yeah, I don't know much about the guy. Should I watch Highlander? Let me know in the comments below. I just never got round to it. It looked good, and they made a TV series spin-off. So I don't know. It must be all right. Christopher Lambert. Yeah, I've heard of him. I've seen him, but I've never watched anything at all with him in. Glynis Barber, Dempsey and Makepeace. She was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I remember her in Blake 7 as well. Sulin, I think her name was. But I think her and her husband, well, Dempsey and Makepeace, they're a recent addition to the Collectormania event. And I'm sure there'll be more additional guests as time goes on. Because you've got to remember, this is the end of May. But I used to watch Dempsey and Makepeace every week. And I used to have the Dempsey and Makepeace. It was like a car stunt kind of game. So you had like this, I think it was a Dempsey and Makepeace car with, and it had like a Dempsey and Makepeace kind of logo on the side. Like most toy cars did back in the 80s, like, you know, the A-Team, Knight Rider would have Knight Rider written on the side. And it was like a stunt thing. It would go up this, I think it was pullback action. It used to go up a kind of ramp. Used to love that. But yeah, Dempsey and Makepeace, I've £20, let your eyes be your guide, to get Glynis Barber's autograph. Yeah, maybe get her to sign the old Blake 7 Blu-ray, which I haven't got yet. But I think that's great. Vicky Michelle, the famous Vicky Michelle from Hello, Hello. I mean, she's done loads. Wasn't she in Footballers' Wives? She was like someone's mum. I can't remember. But as I said, I prefer Francesca when Hello, Hello used to be on back in the 80s. Because I used to watch it when I was little. I used to really think she was French, but it is good that she's there. £15 for an autograph with Vicky Michelle. She's like a household name, TV legend from the 80s. But I think they've got some good guests. I know they had some Hello Hello guests last year. So yes, it's good. It's good to see. And as I said, this is a free event. But again, this is another recent addition. Michael Carter. I love Michael Carter because also he's the passenger on the tube station in An American Werewolf in London. Honestly, I still haven't got a Star Wars figure signed. And I've got, I try and buy 2 Star Wars figures, one to display, one to open. So I've recently opened my bib, and I've got a bib hanging on the wall. So I wouldn't mind. He's like 25 quid for a autograph or photo shoot. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind getting my bib signed because he's a great character. I wouldn't just get anyone signed. He is a wonderful character, wonderful actor. So, and they've had some good Star Wars stars there, because there was 2 events last year. It's a shame there's only 1 event this year. I mean, I might be wrong, but I think, because I remember they had it on May the 4th. It was there on May the 4th. So it's a shame if they only do it once a year, but it was really, really good. And it's so much better than them Comic Cons in London because they're just so busy and you can't move. And also, I love the actual toy fair, the toy stalls. I always get some decent stuff, and it's such a rip-off when you go to the London events. It's just ridiculous. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. £10 for this guy who played. I think it was in all 3 movies. Played a stormtrooper, a snowtrooper. I think he played was it Alan Swadden? I think he also played a Hoth rebel trooper as well. But Mike Mungarvan. So I'm thinking it's Yorak. This is Yorak from Doctor Who, Sylvester McCoy's first episode, Time on Nirani. But I'm looking at it and it says that he played a Lacertian in Time on Nirani. But it gives the impression that Lacertian's a name. That's not a Lacertian. That's the Rani's henchman. So I don't know if that's a mistake because I thought I've got my DePaul Yorak. I wouldn't mind getting that signed if that was the case, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. That's a bit sloppy by Showmasters. Maybe he was. Maybe he was Yorak. But that's a bit sloppy if Showmasters, who are usually really, really good, if they're not putting the right description on there. There's Michael, Glynis Barber's husband, who was also in Doctor Who. Obviously Dempsey and Makepeace, but he was in Doctor Who. He played an American. Was it like an American general or something? What was it? It was the Dalek episode with Martha Jones in it. Was it Journeys? I can't remember what it was called, but it was when everyone was in it. Sarah Jane was in it. Captain Jack. £20. It's if you're a fan of his, it's a good price. Not something I'd be interested in. I'm more interested in his wife. But yeah, big fan of Dempsey and Makepeace back in the day. They did some good shows back in the 80s. I was just thinking that the other day because I used to love Heart to Heart as well. I used to watch Heart to Heart every week. Great stuff in the 80s. There's nothing good on telly these days apart from Gladiator. I love watching Gladiator, and because that's proper 80s nostalgia. I used to love Jet back in the day, and my favourite Gladiator at the moment is Sabre. So check it out. And this is Mickey, and he's been in Doctor Who as well, and also the Star Wars sequel movies, Rogue One, Force Awakens, Last Jedi. Also Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman. £15. I mean, I don't know him. I've got to be honest. I don't know him. But again, it's not, if you love a certain movie and you remember him, I think it's a good price. It's a great event, honestly, highly recommended. And don't forget, you've got the Pixel Palace, which is the retro arcade, and you've got the National Sci-Fi Museum, literally just across the road from the Centre MK. But this is what I'm coming for. He's here on Saturday as well. Colin Baker, my favourite Doctor. I absolutely love him. I don't know. I mean, I've met him a couple of times. He's such a lovely guy. I haven't seen him for a good few years, but I want him. And I've mentioned this before. Chuffy Futter, a couple of years ago, for my birthday, he sent me a poster for Revelation of the Daleks. It was the VHS poster. He sent it to me signed, like a signed print from the actual artist who did that VHS cover. And I love the Doctor Who videos. I've got every single, thanks to Chuffy Farr, I now have every single video cover. But I'd love to get that print signed by Colin Baker. But there's also, I want to get my TARDIS, my B&M TARDIS from the stage play. I'd love, I bought one I don't always buy two of everything, but I bought one to open. And in this case, because the boxes from Character Options are so beautiful, those white boxes with the logos, I thought I'm having another one. I'm going to get Colin to sign it. So I'd love to actually take that poster, and I think it's £25. Colin is £25. He's a lovely guy. He's a doctor at the end of the day. I'd love to get my TARDIS signed, and also my birthday print from Chuffy Farr. But yeah, honestly, I can't wait for this event. As I say, it's free to get in. And also, I've got to say, Milton Keynes, from a shopping point of view, it's a great shopping venue. But Lame has now closed down and permanently moved into the new Sports Direct. And I've been in there, it's rubbish. So you're limited. They've got a new entertainer, but they've only got the usual suspects in relation to Star Wars Vintage Collection. Also, they've got this guy who's zippy, and I don't remember him being zippy, because it says here he's best known for playing Zippy from the early 70s. He don't look old enough to be playing Zippy from the early 70s. So I don't know. I didn't know. I thought it was Roy Skelton who played the original Zippy. I didn't know it was this guy, but he's £15. Let your eyes be your guide. I mean, there's loads of Rainbow fans. I was a big Rainbow fan, but I've never heard of this guy. Never heard of this guy at all. But be interesting to hear him actually do his Zippy impression. But I thought it was voice of the Daleks, Roy Skelton. But anyway, that is the end of the video. Just thought I'd share that with you. I got a little bit excited when I saw Dempsey and Makepeace, Bib, and also the wonderful Francesca from Biggles. So I thought I'd give you an update. There's loads of Comic Cons coming up, but this one's special, and it's good to have it back at Milton Keynes. I think that's where it all started. But I'd like it back in a bigger venue. That's what I would like. But I'll think about Millie Gibson, £45. Let your eyes be your guide. Get her to sign my action figure. But that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. It also helps the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.